All right, so shout out to the homie Critics of Culture for this. Which classic Adult Swim cartoon is your favorite? We have Home Movies, Birdman Attorney at Law, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Space Ghost Coast to Coast, Sealab 2021, and The Brock Show. This one's actually pretty tough. So automatically out is Sealab 2021. I watched it a little bit, but I wasn't too involved in that. I don't even remember what that one was about, to tell you that. And we can go ahead and also knock off The Brock Show. I know it was a spinoff of sorts of Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Didn't give a fuck. Well, actually, it was a spinoff of Space Ghost, the original Space Ghost, but we're not getting into that today. So, The Brock Show, you can get up out of there. So, I'm also going to go ahead and take out Birdman Attorney at Law. Now, that show was fucking hilarious, but out of these, I still would not consider it to be my favorite. Next, I'm going to knock out Space Ghost Coast to Coast. When that show came out, I was pretty young. I didn't find it that funny. I didn't really get an appreciation of Space Ghost Coast to Coast or even Birdman Attorney at Law for being that funny until I got a little bit older. So right now it's between Home Movies and Aqua Teen Hunger Force. And I'm gonna have to say Home Movies is my favorite classic Adult Swim show out of these shows. Home Movies is one of my comfort shows. It's currently on Max. I don't know for how long, but I can't even tell you how many times I've rewatched that show at this point. I just play it. Like, it's the show that I play in the background. Now, I will say, Home Movies is not the most aesthetically pleasing show. I know a lot of people that did not watch the show because it was ugly. Like, the animation is considered ugly amongst a lot of people. But the writing on this show is amazing. It is one of the funniest shows to me. It is fucking hilarious. The characters are great. And it had an ending. A lot of shows I feel like that I talk about, they don't have an ending, or I don't remember the ending. I have to go back and watch it. But yeah, this show had an ending, and for the most part, it still holds up. Like the stories and the stuff that they talk about still holds up. I just enjoy this show. I think it's a good show. Aqua Teen Hunger Force is a little bit more, it's a little bit more surreal. It's a little bit more absurdist in its humor. Home Movies is a little bit more relatable. It's because it's just about humans. It's Home Movies is closer to like a slice of life kind of story, maybe more like animated sitcom-y, I would say. But yeah, it still definitely holds up, and like watching, and at first it's just like little kid stuff, but they kind of start going more into, like, once you see the relationship with like Brendan and his father and all this kind of stuff, and just the arc of that's super interesting. The voice acting is really funny. H. John Benjamin, who plays Archer and Bob and Bob's Burgers, he's like the coach who's Coach McGurk is probably my favorite character in the show, just because he's so fucking crazy. But yeah, it's a good show. I watch it consistently. It's definitely my favorite. I don't think I hate any of these shows, but Home Movies is definitely my favorite. So which is your favorite? Let me know in the comments.